Hey, welcome. Hey, in this video, we're going to talk about the 5 margin killers in your business and what you can do about it. I kind of think about it as the reverse of Pac-Man, where Pac-Man is eating the pellets, but think of Pac-Man now as eating your profits, and we need to release the ghost to stop the Pac-Man from eating up all your profits. So let's get started. So as you probably know, the gross profit equation is gross profit, which is sales minus the costs that go into getting your product or service out the door. Not all your costs, but just those specific costs that relate to getting the product or service delivered to your customer. And that is divided by your sales. And then we take that times 100. And the reason why we do that is we want to get a gross profit percentage. So let's look at an example of a company. In this case, you can see that the revenues are increasing, which is awesome. And we can see that gross profit dollars are increasing. Again, awesome. But when you look at our formula here, you'll see that gross profit actually is going down. So what the heck is going on? I'm making more money, but I really am not making more money. So let's look at the first margin killer, which is wrong cost. And cost, again, are just those costs that are involved in getting the product out the door. It could be buying supplies, it could be buying materials, and it is also the labor that is directly involved in making that product and delivering it to the customer. So things that you could do, well, you can go back to your suppliers and see if you can get better terms. I had a client that actually went back to suppliers and they got rebates because they were spending so much money with them. You could switch your supplier. You could also increase your price if you can do that to based on the price that the costs have gone up, and you could adjust your labor. The second is wrong customers. So what do I mean by that? Well, you may be selling to customers that are actually costing you money. So if you could do an analysis and if you could look at your sales and break it down, I'm guessing that 80% of your revenue could be coming from the top 20% of your customers. So by reviewing trends, you can start to see that, okay, where am I making money from certain customers? Where am I losing money from certain customers? And then you could actually take it a step further and say, well, who really is my ideal customer I want to sell to? And when you identify that, let's go out and market and try and get more of them and not focus on the ones that are costing you money. In fact, you may want to exit those customers. The third is wrong products. And to be honest, that's kind of the same as customers. We want to do the exact same analysis and see what's selling well, what is making us the most money, putting the most money into our pocket. And let's, again, focus our marketing and efforts on that area, and you'll see your profits increase. In fact, in many cases, it may be that the old adage of less is more may actually increase your profitability. So you may want to exit some of the products that are actually costing you money. The fourth one is wrong systems. And what I mean by systems are everything that goes into getting that product or service delivered to your customer. So what you want to do is take a look at that process and see how you can make it more efficient. Think of it like McDonaldized the whole process. Make it where it's efficient from start to finish, and reduce the amount of paperwork that may be involved. Or maybe you find that you're redoing activities or there's duplication of effort. Really everything that you can do to make things faster will help in efficiencies, and that'll lead to reduction in costs. The fifth one, and I would say this one's probably the biggest one, because when you are changing your price, it doesn't add a cost per se to the business. And so what you want to do is review your prices. And a lot of times I see businesses that they set their price based on a feeling that, well, my competitors are at that price. I can't possibly go lower. I can't go much higher. I have to be competitive. And so what I challenge them on is that, well, I understand that. That makes total sense. How can you possibly maybe differentiate what you do so that the customer can really see the benefit that your service or your product provides? Instead of focusing on the features, people buy on benefits and they buy on emotions. And so if you can express that in a way to your customers, they're going to be willing to pay a higher price. So take a look at on pricing. I'm going to do some future videos on pricing because there's a whole world on price psychology that you can use to increase your price. And when you do increase your price, that goes right to your bottom line and has the most impact really on your business. The other thing I see is a lot of businesses will just offer discounts at random. And I can tell you when you run the math that offering discounts in a lot of cases, yeah, you may bring in more customers and you have more sales, but the reality is you're actually losing money. So don't default to automatically doing discounts. And the other thing about discounts is it could set a new price for your product. So for example, if you're buying a pizza at Domino's and you always know you can get a coupon for $16.99, then guess what? The price is $16.99 no matter what, okay? So to kind of summarize the 5 margin killers, this is it. I mean, when you go in and you look at your gross profit margin and you see that certain trends, these are the things that you should focus on. And I think the one piece that's missing that I didn't mention here is probably number 6, and that is making sure that you track the proper revenue and the proper costs that go into delivering that product. Because if you're not doing that, and that means your formula is not correct. So you definitely want to make sure that you get those numbers correct before you dig into this, because you could be chasing your tail on wrong data is really what it should say. Number 6 should be wrong data. But when you get that right and you look at all these different variables that go into the margin, you'll quickly be able to make some changes in your business. And yeah, it may take some time, but I guarantee you it's definitely worth the effort to be looking at this consistently. So, hey, thank you for watching this video. I'd love to hear your comments down below. Maybe I'm missing one of the killers, or maybe have some comments on some of the things that I've said. It'd be awesome to hear that. And I look forward to seeing you on future videos, okay?